A day order. Want to guess how long a day order lasts? Yep, a day order lasts for the rest of the day. It automatically expires if it isn't executed on the day it was placed. Day orders are often the default duration for orders. Other types of conditional orders have different durations, and fortunately, most of their names describe themselves, so we can easily tell what they're designed to do. For example, how long do you think a good till canceled order lives? You're right, it lasts until it's canceled. If I place a limit order that isn't filled today, then it's still alive tomorrow. Good till canceled orders, or GTC orders for short, don't really live forever. Most of the time, brokerage firms cancel an unfilled GTC order after 2 or 3 months. One brokerage firm lets GTC orders expire on the last business day of the month following the month in which it was placed. IOC orders stand for immediate or cancel. As you've surely guessed, these orders are either executed immediately or they're canceled. Big players need to remember that an IOC might be partially filled. The market might not be able to handle an order for 10,000 shares immediately. In that case, you might get 3,000 shares immediately, and the rest of your order is canceled. The all or none order is a relative of the immediate or cancel order. Unlike an IOC, though, AON orders specify that no partial execution is allowed. It's just like the name says, all or none. You can also specify that your order should be executed the next time the market opens or closes. These are called, of course, at the open and at the close orders. You can make these market or limit orders too. If the transaction can't occur at the limit price, then the order is just canceled. Be aware that lots can happen while a stock market is closed. No matter where you live and trade securities, it's always daylight somewhere in the world. Time doesn't stand still while markets are closed. Buy and sell orders accumulate overnight, and information that affects stock prices hits the wire while you're asleep. This means that the opening price tends to be highly volatile. That's not to say that it's unfair. It's just that it's more likely to be wrong at open by more than it is during the rest of the day. Whether it's too high or too low is still anybody's guess. You'll sometimes hear the expression round lot. That just means an order for some multiple of 100 shares, like 100 or 500. An odd lot is an order for any number of shares less than 100. Odd lots and mixed lots, which are combinations of round lots and odd lots, such as 114 shares, cost the same per share as round lots unless your brokerage firm has a fixed price per trade. In that case, the size of the trade matters. A flat fee of $5 per trade is a nickel per share for 100 shares, but it's a quarter per share for just 20 shares. Let's turn to margin accounts. What are margin accounts anyway? A margin account is a convenient way to borrow money in order to buy more stock. That's called buying on margin. Because it enables you to own more shares, buying on margin magnifies your gains. Making $1 per share on 200 shares is twice as good as making $1 per share on 100 shares. Of course, you can lose too. I don't need to tell you that losing $1 per share on 200 shares is twice as bad as losing $1 per share on 100 shares, do I? The investing world uses 2 types of margin. The first is initial margin. That's the percentage of the stock price that comes from your own funds. The Federal Reserve sets minimum margin requirements. Usually it's about 50% initially. That means you can buy $1,000 worth of stock with $500 of your own money and $500 worth of cash borrowed from your margin account. The second type of account is maintenance margin. As the name suggests, this is the minimum amount of equity you can have in your margin account without being required to deposit more funds. Maintenance margin limits vary from broker to broker. The New York Stock Exchange and the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority require a minimum of 25% equity relative to the total